tongue! You wish to see godhood? Wish you to end.
There's a moment in Baldur's Gate 3 that hits like a thunderclap. Vlaakith, the Lich Queen of the Githyanki, casually unleashes the most powerful spell in the Dungeons & Dragons universe, Wish, without so much as breaking a sweat. No consequences, no backlash, just raw, unfiltered god-tier magic. But wait, isn't Wish supposed to be dangerous? Risky? Even deadly for the caster if misused? In this video, we're diving headfirst into that iconic scene. We'll break down what the Wish spell actually is, why it's so feared, and most importantly, how Vlaakith is able to bend its rules without paying the price. Now, fair warning, this is my theory, based on lore, mechanics, and a bit of narrative interpretation. So while it might not be 100% by the book canon, it sure as hell makes sense in the world of Baldur's Gate 3. Let's get into it. Before we dive into Vlaakith's use of the Wish spell, let's first understand what Wish actually is. Wish is the most powerful spell a mortal creature can cast in Dungeons & Dragons. With just a few words, you can reshape reality itself to match your desires. The most common use of Wish is to duplicate any other spell of 8th level or lower. No components are needed, no special conditions. It just works, instantly. But that's only the beginning. Wish can also be used to create powerful effects, such as creating a non-magical object worth up to 25,000 gold, healing up to 20 creatures completely and removing negative conditions, similar to the Greater Restoration spell, granting resistance to a specific damage type to up to 10 creatures, giving immunity to a specific spell or magical effect for 8 hours, like protecting your party from a lich's life drain, or even reversing a recent event, such as re-rolling an enemy's critical hit or a failed saving throw, and making the new outcome real. However, this kind of power comes with a price. You can try to wish for nearly anything, even things far beyond these examples, but the more ambitious the wish, the more likely it is to backfire. The spell might fail, have unexpected consequences, or only partially succeed. And if you use Wish for anything other than duplicating a spell, it can seriously harm you. Your strength drops to 3 for several days. Every spell you cast afterward deals necrotic damage to you, and there's a 33% chance you'll never be able to cast Wish again. In short, Wish is incredibly powerful, but it's far from safe. So how does Vlaakith manage to use it without suffering any of these consequences? Let's explore that. Now let's talk about why Vlaakith can cast Wish without breaking a sweat, and why she doesn't suffer the consequences that would cripple any mortal. Tunarath, the Githyanki capital, isn't just a city floating in the astral sea. It's built on the corpse of a dead god, petrified and twisted into a mountain of divine remains. And Vlaakith? She's been siphoning off that god's power for centuries. But she's not just leeching from the rock beneath her throne, she's feeding on her own people. Here's the horrifying truth. Vlaakith has a rule. No Githyanki is allowed to surpass a certain level of power, usually level 16. Any warrior who rises too high, who becomes too strong, is summoned before her. They're told they've been chosen to ascend. The ultimate honor. The final reward. But it's all a lie. Instead of ascension, Vlaakith devours their souls. These warriors, often loyal to the end, become nothing more than fuel. Their essence, their experience, their power, all of it consumed to sustain Vlaakith's immortality. Every ascension is another stolen spark added to her fire. When Lae'zel chooses loyalty and ascension at the end of the game, you can actually witness this fate firsthand. Vlaakith doesn't offer enlightenment. She offers oblivion, masked in divine ritual. And what does she do with all that stolen power? She casts Wish over and over, thousands of times. Mechanically, Vlaakith has farmed so much arcane energy through divine siphoning and soul consumption that she exists on a level far beyond traditional spellcasting rules. She's on the cusp of godhood, wielding magic meant for the gods without consequence. Wish doesn't break her because she's not playing by the same rules. So in the end, Vlaakith isn't just a lich clinging to power. She's a would-be god, feeding on the souls of her most loyal followers and leeching the divine essence of a long-dead deity. She's rewritten the rules, bent reality to her will, and turned the most dangerous spell in existence into her personal plaything. Wish doesn't break Vlaakith because Vlaakith has already broken everything else. Her people, her plane, and even the boundaries between mortal and divine. But that's just my theory. What do you think? Is Vlaakith already a god in all but name, or is she still one step away from the power she craves? Let me know in the comments, and if you're into more Baldur's Gate 3 lore and dark fantasy deep dives, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.
Hail, Queen Vlaakith, the last of her name.